So Jim, a win in the FA Cup, you pleased?
Very pleased. That's the most important thing. There'll be upsets up and down the country at any round in the cup, all the cups, and thankfully it's not one of us. We're not one of them tonight. We set out at the start of the day to get on the app for the next round on Monday, and that's what we've done.
Are you pleased with the performance? Because the first half you were very much on the front foot, and it looked like if you picked up in the second half, could have been.
Yeah, again, it was a windy day. I thought, we're playing against a tricky opponent. Started their campaign in the league well. They've won last round in the cup against FC United, and the reports were that they were a good side. We went to watch them on Tuesday. They pop it round well. They've got some experience. They've got some youth. They're well coached. They've got good staff behind them, and it was a tricky tie. So I thought we had one or two opportunities to get the goal. Marcus had a great chance, over the bar from 4 or 5 yards. We get the goal from a set play. We thought we could hit them on set plays, which is pleasing. Marcus gets the goal, great finish with a back heel. And then you just hoping that you can step on and maybe go and get a second, just to settle everyone down. But again, I've been in the game a long time. At 1-0, opposition have got nothing to lose, everything to gain. Throw caution to the wind, literally today with the wind. They're hitting shots, and well, look at the 30-yard free kick that Chris had to save. Well, that picked up on the wind, but we had opportunities at the other end. We had one cleared off the line. I think we had the outside of the post. We've gone through. I think one-on-one we could have done better to get that second goal, an all-important second goal, which just settles everyone down, because you could sense the nervous edge. It's FA Cup, everyone wants to do well. But I thought overall we were quite good. We weren't as good second half of what we were first half. At times it got a little bit bitty. There's quite a few fouls and little melees, and the referee stepping in with cards, etc. And we're all appealing. We all want to win, but both benches are appealing for throw-ins and free kicks. And when we got that second goal, you're thinking, not over, but you're nearly over the finishing line. And great ball by Danny into Marcus. Marcus forces the mistake, whether it was or it wasn't a penalty. I'd have to look back on it. But Danny does what he does, put it in the back of the net, gets us 2-0. And then one of those decisions that I do talk about, I thought it was a Stonewall free kick for us. It ends up coming for them, a couple of minutes to go. He shifted to the edge of the box, and a young lad who used to have at Rochdale, Jordan Scanlon, smashed it right in the top corner. It was a great finish by him. So suddenly it's all hands to the pump again. Not ideal, puts everyone on the back foot a little bit, makes everyone a little bit nervous, but our fans and everyone associated with the club will certainly go home happy tonight. That, as I say, we're not one of the the upsets, and we all wanted to be in the hat for the next round come quarter-5, so that's what we've done.
There's an element of disappointment with that second half performance. Obviously they came out on the front foot and just couldn't seem to really weather any fires that they were.
Yeah, again, wind has playing against an enthusiastic side. Away from home in the cup, 1-0 down, they've got to have a go. And suddenly those clearances, where we were hitting good areas first half, we couldn't get out because the wind was just pinning us back in, and we didn't get control. We had spells in the first half where we got good control of the game. But second half, as I say, they changed one or two little bits and changed personnel, and the energy levels stayed with them, and they kept plugging away. They kept getting tight to us, and they had the majority of the possession in the second half. But overall, I think we defended quite well. There was one or two little moments. The ball that went right across the 6-yard box, the free kick from Rains, the header that went wide. So there's a couple of opportunities for them, but on opportunities we've had quite a few to get that second goal. But yeah, we want to play better. We play quite well in spells. It's not all about how you play. I've said that. I thought we were fantastic against Farsley recently. People might beg to differ, but I thought we were very, very strong in possession. We limited them to one shot on target. We end up throwing the game 1-1, and everyone goes home a bit deflated. Big thing today, it's FA Cup. We win the game 2-1. Did they want more? Yeah, of course. Would have won it a little bit easier. So settle the nerves and take the heart rate down 100%. But that's not always the case. But the big thing is that we've won the game, and we move on.
And with the starting 11, you went for Carver and Lloyd up front. What did you make of that partnership? It just seemed that in parts it wasn't that quite fluid in stages.
No, but again, two lads who are looking to play more minutes. It's and we've had Jamie Proctor and Danny Lloyd playing at the top end. Danny's in great form. Proctor's had some strong performances. Today Danny's had a knock on his ribs. That's why we left him out. He hasn't trained properly all week. He was touch and go actually. So we got him through Thursday without no contact. just made the decision not to take him because it's you know, if you lose a key player like him with another knock, it would have been, you know, it'd be critical for us, you know. But the good players, it's not as if we're putting anyone up to the top end of the pitch. The two good players, certainly Sunday's play against the likes of Hyde at that level and scored a lot of goals, and lucky not to score today. Done great for the first goal, you know, getting the header on for Marcus to put it in. So it takes, you know, you want it again. It's one of them things. You want it to be smooth. You want it to be nice. You want it to look good. That's not always the case, but we just continue to work hard. We both put a good shift in for the team. Sunday set Marcus's goal up in the first half. So Marcus has, you know, forced the lad into a mistake for the penalty in the second half. And, you know, they're both hoping that they can get on the score sheet today. Again, not always the case, but thankfully Marcus has. Danny come off the bench. You always want your subs to come on and affect the game. He's done that. We win the game.
How pleased are you for Marcus after a difficult start of the season in terms of in front of goal?
Yeah, very much so. He's had a couple of chances. It just hasn't fallen for him. You know, and there's a lot. People just see players aren't robots. They don't just turn on, you know, turn up on the game and turn it on week in, week out. They've got lives. There's people who, you know, I've got a manager, know what's going on in the personal lives and things like that. Not to say it's Marcus or someone else. But, you know, he hasn't got going. He never got going really till this stage last season when he burst on the scene and got his first goal against Hereford, and then suddenly he was up and running. You know, he went and got 3 against Kings Lynn. So sometimes that happens. You know, what we have spoke to him about was being, because he does care, he is passionate. Don't be too low on yourself and down that you're not scoring. But when you are scoring, don't be too high on yourself and start smelling yourself and think that you cracked it. You've got to keep level-headed, because you never know what happens in this game. And as it is today, he's probably rocking up thinking, well, Lloyd's scoring a few, Proctor's played the last couple, he's maybe not going to play, and then suddenly he's playing. So when you go on and you know, you get that opportunity, you got to take it, and he staked his claim today with a good goal.
And you're in the half for Monday. Obviously, you had a good run in the competition with Hyde a few years ago. Are you looking for a similar sort of run this time around? Because obviously it does breed confidence.
100%, yeah. There's a financial game. You know, it builds that little bit of interest. You know, as you say, I had a little run with File where we went to Sheffield United away. It was a great occasion, put us on the map. First time we've been that far. You know, as a player, I've had a couple of little successes in the cup, a couple of bad times as well. But yeah, the most important thing was to win today, get into the half for the next round. Let's see who we get, a little bit of luck, you know, and then we can see where we go from there. But obviously we're back to league campaign next week, and when the cup comes around again, we'll embrace the challenge that lies await. So fingers crossed, and hopefully we get a little bit of luck for the draw on Monday.